Kicking the Dolo podcast, a sports podcast where we talk about football and basketball, top five, top tens, past, present. I forgot.
Turn up the headphones a little bit. Hey, hey, ISO, let's get it.
Whoa, clear out the room, I'm coming through, they wanna see what I'm bout. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill, I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about it, I'm today's trying to top it.
What's going on? It's your boy Dolo J, and welcome back to the Kicking the Dolo podcast, a sports podcast where we talk about football and basketball, past, present, and future, top five, top 10 stats, and more. Without further ado, let's get right into the episode. This episode is probably going to be an NBA strictly episode, given the fact that, just the playoffs are dominating right now. And, a lot of other stuff is going on in the NBA. So the first thing we're going to get to is the Bucks letting coach Mike Budenholzer go. Had 2 years left on his contract and $16 million. The Bucks went 58-24 this season, was the number one seed in the East. They ended up losing to the Milwaukee Bucks in 5 games, as everybody knows. And I wouldn't say I saw this coming, but for the most part, you could kind of tell the writing was on the wall when Giannis gave the type of interview that he gave, saying that it wasn't him that didn't put him on Jimmy Butler, even though everybody says, you need to take that assignment part yourself, regardless of what the coach say. But basically, you could kind of say he was putting the blame on Mike Budenholzer. Also, another switch that I seen was with Brook Lopez when he was in a drop coverage against Bam. I guess it was just to allow, drives to the basket by Bam to be stopped. But what that and Bam playing around the free throw line a lot as he does, it allowed him to get off easy passes. It allowed him, hit that 17, 15-foot jump shot. And it was something that Erik Spoelstra just kept doing. And it's like Mike Budenholzer just like reluctantly, like he really did not make a change. And that's ultimately, what cost him the series. And he's been a coach, known for not really making adjustments and not, what's the word I'm looking for? Not really, playing the game within the game, so to speak. Now, I don't want to say he's not qualified, because I'm not qualified. I'm just a guy talking to you on a camera. But at the same time, just, being a person who likes basketball and loves basketball and watches basketball as myself. And I'm probably not the best at it as far as like, the X's and O's and what needs to be done and stuff like that. But just me watching it and just seeing it, and you make no adjustments, like nothing changed up. Yeah, man. But basically, I've been, looking on Twitter and, on ESPN and stuff like that. And basically what it seems to me is that Nick Nurse is in the front running to be the head coach. In the front running, the top candidate. Also, I believe they're looking on some of the assistant coaches that was on Budenholzer's staff, as well as also possible candidates to eventually take over the Bucks head coaching job. But for the most part, he had almost a 70 win percentage since he was there. Won the finals in 2021. I believe they gave him a stitching after that season. Giannis put up 50, and it was like, the boys might be something to wreck with for the next couple of years. Now, this is very reminiscent of, was it the bubble, I believe, 2020, where the Heat swept the Bucks, excuse me. So I think since then, and I thought they were going to give him at least one more season, given the fact that he did help bring a championship. Now, was it more Giannis going off? Was it the actual coaching? I'll let you be the decider on that one. But for the most part, nah. But he's out. Like I said, Nick Nurse, is the top candidate for the Bucks head coaching job. There was a little thing I seen on Twitter, I believe, saying maybe Becky Hammond to Toronto. That might be something to look out for. Might not be something to look out for. I'm not saying I wouldn't be opposed to having a female head coach in the NBA. She already learned under Greg Popovich. She ran her own team. The San Antonio WNBA team. I can't think of their name at the present point in time. But she definitely has coaching experience. And if, the guys listen to and respect her, as they do with any coach, I don't think male or female, I don't think based on that. I think it's how you coach your team, how you show up, engage with your players, stuff like that. Male or female. I really do believe a female can coach in the NBA. And it's a possibility we might see a female in the NBA as a coach. I wouldn't rule that out. But yeah, next thing we're going to go to, game 3 is tonight. Celtics versus the 76ers, tied at 1 apiece. Now, the first game, Joel Embiid did not play. The 76ers ended up pulling out that game. And to me, like, I really felt like the Celtics just played with their food, man. Like, I feel like they was just playing around, and they kind of just, like, underestimated them since they didn't have Joel Embiid. Tatum went for 39. He went off in the second quarter. He had a spectacular second quarter. I remember he might have scored more, but I can remember him scoring by a good maybe 11, 12 points in a row in that second quarter. Maxey had 26. Harden had 45, reminiscent of his Houston days. And Jaylen Brown had 23 points. Now, the second game, they just came and they did not play with him at all. Brown had 25. Brogdon had 23. Smart and White both chipped in 15 points apiece. Tatum, he only had 7 points. 1 of 7 from the field. Not the best game, but when they could win in the margin of which they did, it just shows the depth of the Boston Celtics and when they really come to play, what type of team they can beat. Now, nobody for the 76ers really scored 20-plus points. Nobody even really scored 18. Tobias Harris had 16. Embiid had 15. Maxey had 13. Harden had 12. So, another little disappearing act for the most part, man. But game 3, first game back in Philly. We're going to really see how it goes. I really expect Tatum to bounce back and have a better game, in my opinion. Does he go for 40? Nah. I say about a good 25 to 30. Jaylen Brown, I expect him to keep being Jaylen Brown. 25, 27, 28 range. That's what I'm looking at. But Harden's going to have to step back up. And Embiid and Maxey. Well, we know Embiid's coming off that sprained knee, so it might take him another game or two to really get back into the flow. And who knows? We already know he's probably not even 100%. Most likely, he's probably about a good. At best, I'd probably say 75. And that's just best case scenario, 75. Because it's deep. It's a deep season, man. 82 games, All-Star, first round. You know what I'm saying? Guys are injured, so. Best case scenario, he's probably 75%, man. Also, last night, Golden State tied the series at 1 apiece with the Lakers. Klay had 30 points with 8 triples. Steph Curry, he only had a 20-point game. Not a usual Steph Curry game, but he did have 12 assists. He was bringing the ball up the court, facilitating the offense, getting guys shots, attacking, being very aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Making the right timely passes. Because, of course, they already know with Jared Vanderbilt on you that, they're not trying to give you anything. No threes and stuff like that. Now, he had a couple, but for the most part, it was not trying to give Curry any threes, man. Any threes. And Darvin Ham said it, I believe, I want to say it was after either the first quarter or the third quarter. Something like that. He was just he just want to make Steph Curry play below the 3-point line. Steph Curry did his thing. He took what the defense gave him. He got in, got to the rim, penetrated, drew 2 guys, kicked either to an open shot or a guy diving to the basket, which is what you do with something like that. With as much attention as he's being showed, that's what you want to do. Guys would dive and nobody was sitting there just being lazy. Guys, you know what I'm saying? And Klay, I wouldn't say he had a Klay game, but he's definitely shot better than what he's been shooting in the playoffs. Like I said, 8 triples last night, 30 points. And it was really good to see Klay do his thing. Now let's talk about the Lakers though. AD. Now the first game, beautiful. Chef's kiss. You know what I'm saying? Magnificent. Perfect game. Second game, straight I don't want to. That was a little harsh. I ain't gonna go that far with him. But straight. No, bro. 11.7 rebounds, bro. How you let Kevon Looney, who only played 12 minutes, out-rebound you, bro? Out-rebound you. Yeah, it's only by 1 rebound, but still, bro. The man was sick. He didn't even start. He played 12 minutes. You played 32 minutes, bro. Do you mean to tell me you couldn't get more rebounds, bro? Come on, AD. Now, LeBron did his thing in the first half, but not really in the second half. He had 21 in the first, 2 in the second half. Rui still being Rui, though, man. I like what Rui's doing off the bench. It seems like he's going to be their most consistent player off the bench so far. You know, hitting that mid-range pull-up, hitting the 3-ball in the corners and stuff like that. It just seems like he's really been working on his game, bro, since he got to L.A. And that's something I really like to see, man. I really like to see that from Rui, bro. I really like to see that from Rui. So the next topic we going to get to. The second game of tonight. The Suns versus the Nuggets, game 3. The first game back in Phoenix. Now, are the Suns in trouble? I want y'all to tell me. And you can leave a comment below. But y'all tell me, man. Do y'all think the Suns really going to, come back and possibly either win one of these games at home? Because they're going to essentially have Devin Booker, Cameron Payne's going to start at point guard, but, Devin Booker's going to have the ball in his hands most of the time. He's going to do most of the facilitating. And really just it's really going to take a lot more energy from him. They've already shown that they're going to be playing high minutes in the 40s. Of course, I think it was last game, the second game. I don't think I remember seeing Devin Booker even come out the game in the second half. I do not remember seeing him come out the game. I really don't remember seeing him come out the game at all. But I know he didn't play a full 48. He probably played somewhere 43, 44, something like that. But him and KD really going to have to turn up. Ayton is just going to have to stop standing there like a scarecrow when Jokic is in the paint. And I seen something, I believe I was on Instagram, and I was looking I think it was a video. I was either on Instagram or Twitter, and it was like a video of Ayton just sitting in the paint, and Jokic just getting 2 or 3 offensive rebounds, just battling against Kevin Durant by himself. Ayton's just standing there under the basket. Like he got lead in his feet or something. I don't understand. Come on, Ayton, bro. You were the number 1 overall pick, bro. Number 1 overall pick, bro. Have some backbone, bro. Stand up for yourself. Get in that paint. I know Jokic is a big boy, bro. He's a big boy. I know. He's a load to deal with. And then he hitting you with all these shimmy moves and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying? I know that, bro. I know that. But you got to do something, bro. Come on, man. You got to show up, bro. Can't be sitting there. And that's going to be the key factor. Especially with Chris Paul out. Aiden's definitely going to have to step up, bro. You know what you're going to get from Book. You know Book is good for about 30. KD is about he's a lock at least 25, 26. Ayton, bro. I like what you're doing with that free throw line jumper, my boy. Don't get me wrong. I like the little, you know what I'm saying? I like the little float game you got, the little touch game you got. But my boy, you're going to have to get in there and hit the boards. You're going to have to block some shots. You're going to have to make Jokic work, bro. Make him work. That's going to be the key to y'all victory. Make Jokic work. Now, of course, you're going to have to deal with Murray as well, but telling you, Aiden, if you just so happen to ever see this, bro, put in the work. Put your hard hat on. Construction hat on. They got Aiden on it. Pull your tools out your toolbox. And get to work, bro. Stop playing, bro. But until that happens, bro. But if that don't happen, Cancun. This ain't Chris Paul might not come back to at least game 5, so. And, I don't know, man. It's going to be real difficult for y'all. But Jokic has been doing this thing. He had 39 the last game, 16 rebounds, 5 assists. Jamal Murray, he only had 10 points, but he did lead the team with 8 assists. And it was just, it was Mike Malone. He said something, I think it was after the third quarter, saying Jamal Murray, he hasn't played a good game, but he just lived for the moments, and he was just making the right plays at the right time, bro. And that's really what it's about in the playoffs. Sometimes you might have a game where you go for 2 for 13 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like how Russell Westbrook did in the first round. Man had like 9 points, bro. It was like 3 of 19 from the field. But he made timely block off Booker in the save. Jamal Murray was doing something similar to that. Getting assists, finding guys. He was hitting timely shots. He had like 2 points until like the fourth quarter, right? I think he scored 8 of his 10 points in the fourth quarter. Or something like that. Or 6 of his 10 points in the fourth quarter. So that was definitely a game I felt like the Suns should have won game 2. But game 3 is tonight, like I said, back in Phoenix. Devin Booker's going to be playing the point guard, bro. And it's going to be real interesting to see how Phoenix goes about that. Man. But, if they don't win tonight, bro, it's over, bro. Like, it's really, really over. And just think about it. Trade for KD mid-season, all that they gave up, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson. Kind of like essentially the future of the team. Basically just to try and win now and ultimately getting put out in the second round would be an ultimate disappointment in my opinion. Not that they have the potential to win a game. I think a game or two. They could probably even sweep at home right now. They could probably win both games at home right now. Send it back to Denver 2-2. But them boys, when they play in Denver, boy, I don't know what it is. But then again, Bruce Brown and them, like I said, their bench, in my opinion, and I don't know if I said it in episode 28 or in my NBA Ramble episode, both episodes exclusively on Spotify. Make sure y'all, sidebar. Make sure y'all go over there. If you're on the YouTube channel, bro, make sure you go over there to Spotify. Follow your boy. And you know, when you're running, jogging, at the gym, you know what I'm saying, or you just chilling at the house with nothing to do, waiting for the games to come on or something, bro. Click play on your boy podcast. Also on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, you know. Don't be scared, nah. Don't be scared. I ain't gonna bite you. But yeah, like I said, I don't know which episode I said it on. But yeah, man. Dang, I lost my train of thought for a second. Oh yeah, but like I said, if they don't get this next game, bro, it's pretty much over with. Like 3-0 with no Chris Paul, bro. 3-0 with no Chris Paul, it's gonna be real hard for the boys to manage. Then it's just like now it's the thing where I think I seen what did I see? Possibly the Rockets trying to get Mikal Bridges. The Rockets? Pairing with Ime Udoka? I don't know. Cam Johnson might be going to the Rockets too. It's early though. It's early. Free agency hasn't started yet. But, you know, a lot of murmurings. The Rockets trying to, you know, build a different culture down there. So, yeah. But it would have been really useful in this situation right now against the Nuggets. The bench is better. Bruce Brown's playing amazing with the type of energy he's got. He's plugging KD, you know, stealing the ball from KD, going down, layup, and one. He's hitting his free throws. You know what I'm saying? Being aggressive. I think he got into it with Booker last game or something like that. He's just bringing the energy, being aggressive. The rookie out of Kansas, I think it's Christian Braun. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I apologize, but yeah, I like the type of energy, type of defense he's playing. You know, he can hit the corner three. He's aggressive as well. He puts his head down to get to the basket. Well, try to get to the basket and, you know, draw some contact. Who else they got? They got potential to bring Thomas Bryant off the bench, DeAndre Jordan off the bench. They still got out there, Jeff Green out there, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing. So yeah, them boys are dangerous. And then they, you know, Aaron Gordon is the perfect, and I was telling one of my homeboys this about Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon was like the perfect person to pair with Jokic, with his skill set. Since Jokic is somewhat of a chubby point guard, I think he said he used to play point guard when he was younger. Somebody who can hit the corner three and dive to the basket and really be in the dunker spot. It's kind of really good for him because he can work around the perimeter, but Aaron Gordon can also space out and hit to the corner, you know, because I want to say he's like a 40% 3-point shooter, but Aaron Gordon can hit that shot in my opinion. Both corners, he can space out to the corner, and there's nothing but shooters on the floor because they got KCP, Michael Porter, and Jamal Murray. And Jokic can just go down to the paint and have all the space to, you know, just back down and turn over either shoulder and hit you with that jump hook Or, you know, pump fake the three, you know, drive, hit the little floater right before you get to you, stuff like that. Like, Jokic, it's gonna be real hard for him. Like I said, hey, step up, man. Step up. But yeah, this ain't gonna be no long episode, probably like a 20-minute episode. But this has been your boy Dolo J. This has been episode 29 of the Kicking It Dolo podcast. Make sure y'all come back and kick it with me, man. Come back and kick it with your boy. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, peace.
Turn up the headphones a little bit. Hey. Hey. ISO. Let's get it.
Whoa, clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about it. I'm today's trying to top it.